So, it is finally time for yet another adventure, and we are once again back on DayZ Aftermath, right where we left off after the last wipe. But this time a few things changed, because as you can probably remember, we did not have a lot of active players, and on top of that we lost Lars. So Crusher decided that we are going to recruit some players from another German team, which means that our team is now 100% German once again, which gave us the native language communication buff.
Der Wipe läuft irgendwie richtig kacke.
But apart from that, we were still missing a few players, which meant that for this wipe the goal was not to build a massive base or to dominate the server. The goal was to simply enjoy PvP, farm C4 and tappers, and go for raids. And if you want to see how that went for us, then stay tuned and keep watching. And as per usual, we start this journey on wipe day. Luckily I was one of the first players on the server, and my first goal was Tizzy, to get some much needed equipment to protect myself and to protect the base spot that we have chosen for this wipe. But we will come to the base spot later, because now we had to deal with an enemy player that was close behind Rüdiger, who was close to me. But luckily there was the Kamensk military in our way, where we would find our first weapons.
Ich hab eine MP.
Da hinten raus.
Ich hab eine File. In der Schule.
Das große Front. Ja.
Ja. Hast du eine
Der
Waffe?
ist hier unten. Ne, ich hab ihn einmal gehittet mit Mitre. Ja, nach links, hier so. Gute.
Ja. Geh zur Seite. Hä? Was?
And after that we went straight to Tizzy, where a few of our teammates were already looting. And as you know, Tizzy is one of the most dangerous places on the map, especially right after the wipe, because everyone wants to get the best weapons as fast as possible.
Wait a minute!
Hier ist Hab einen.
Noch einer? Oder?
Weiß ich nicht. Ja.
Oh, ich sehe in der linken Park, in den weißen Park. In der vor rein. Der ist drin.
Ja.
Er ist tot.
Stark.
Ich glaube, da hat ein 1:30.
Hier, Carrier, ja.
Ich bin gut am Fluchen da.
Ja, Front, reicht den. Hab ihn genockt, glaube ich.
Schön, der geht
ja
stark.
Ja, der hat nichts anderes gehabt, Digga.
So winning the first fight in Tizzy was really important, because now we had a head start and good equipment. After that we grouped up, went for a drink, and then headed towards the other members of our group who were already in Novaya Petrovka, because this is where we want to build our base in the industrial.
Meinst du die von
Ja,
Crusher?
Crusher.
Also Crusher
Spieler.
zum Beispiel ist eine 623.
Gruppe. Bei der Schule.
Bei Schule?
Ja, drin jetzt. Das sind nicht die Mates, oder?
Soll ich übergehen?
Laufen.
Da, die rennen weg.
Ich hab geschossen.
Also,
Ich Wolf. Gehen wieder rein. Hab einen. Einer down.
Ich sehe, hinten läuft einer
Ist
raus.
full dead. Einer läuft hinten noch, ja.
Gleich. Ja, hab ihn.
And after dealing with those two players, we then advanced into the industrial building, made a stash, and waited for Crusher and the rest of the group, because they had everything important to get our base going. And after the starter shed was placed, we continued looting, but then we noticed something strange. Those trees meant that we had neighbors extremely close to us, and that is obviously a really high risk early in the wipe, so we went and investigated. And to our surprise, we found no players, but an unattended workbench with lots of nails, wood and scrap metal, so we happily took that and went back to our base. And right after that, things got interesting really fast. Our base building team got attacked inside of the base, so I had to switch Discord channels to figure out what was going on, but of course there were players in the area.
Die sind alles, außerhalb der Base läuft noch was. Ja, ihr seid... Hab einen.
Ich komm auch.
Okay, ich habe einen gegenüber gekillt.
Da, ich sehe einen Gegner rechts von dir. Komm.
Ja, bei dem Bauwagen, Boys.
Das ist nicht, aber ich weiß nicht, wo er hin ist.
Bei dem Bauwagen, rechts vom
weiter
Bauwagen.
rechts.
Peter
Rechts vom
Lustig,
Bauwagen.
läuft jetzt auch gekillt.
Läuft auch gekillt, genau.
Jungs, der Kopfkopf ist zwischen.
Der lockt sich aus, ist krank.
And after a little bit of peace, a very important event popped up, and that was the King of the Hill on the northwest airfield, where also a helicopter spawns. So we geared up and went there with a squad of 4 people. And our first goal was to get control over the ATC, because it is very close to the King of the Hill and a very important position.
Hier kurz das Gebäude. Bei mir. Hab ihn. Tot.
Schön.
Noch einer. Noch einer.
Ich bin das.
After that fight we lost 2 players, and we then decided to not go for the King of the Hill and instead take all the loot that we just gained, because this in itself was worth it. And even though we got shot at while retrieving towards our base, we still managed to get out of there and saved a lot of loot. In the end, I still definitely wanted to go for the King of the Hill and the heli, but with only 3 people left, it was simply too risky, and especially on the first day of wipe, because the equipment that we had from Tizzy from earlier was way too good to just gamble it away. After dropping everything off in base, the action continued in Novaya.
Ich sehe ihn.
Wo?
Da.
Ah ja, Kirche.
Ah, okay, der schießt. Ich dachte, wir wollten.
Hab einen. Noch einer da. Auch tot. Schön, stark. Kurz looten und dann müssen wir jetzt... Hier ist noch einer. Close bei der Base. Rambo.
Ja, okay, stark.
Schön.
After that, we once again went and visited our neighbors, but there was still no one home. But that gave me some time to farm some more kills and loot, of course.
Von dem letzten Hochhaus.
Also bei mir in der Nähe.
Ist tot. Da ist noch ein Spieler. Auch ein bei mir. Legt sich hin.
Leuchten Fenster.
And the next important step this evening was a run towards the black market, where we sold everything that we did not need and bought some much needed base building storage. And when we came back, we even had a garage door, and the rest of the base was also sealed, so nice first upgrades to the base.
So we have a wood storage now. I hope
Player
we can get it.
von der anderen Base, Boys. Von der anderen Base. Läuft Open Field.
Ja.
Jetzt.
And while we were busy looting, Crusher took the time and upgraded the base even more, which now looked like this. And we even had a BMW with which we then drove to the main trader for yet another buy and sell run. And yeah, that was it for the first day of the wipe. Considering the fact that we were not a full team, we were all pretty satisfied with the results that we got. We secured the base spot, got good loot, and the most important thing is that I didn't die once, which was pretty good for the KD. Nice. And shortly after logging in on day 2, I noticed that one of our neighbors was active chopping down trees.
Ja, weiter links ist er.
Ja, ich
Wo
sehe
der Baum
die
geht.
Silence auf das weiter.
Was? Läuft nach rechts, lebt noch.
Der ist aber low.
Ja, hat einen Hit von mir.
Oh my god, bro.
Warst du der Schuss mit Leuchtspurmunition gerade?
Ja.
And after swiftly and efficiently getting rid of him, we waited for our teammates to come online and then went once again towards their base. As per usual, no one was home, but we found out that they now had a cinder door, so we placed a landmine under the door and waited for them to come back to their base.
Welcome to DayZ.
Hm.
Macht keinen Sinn.
Steps, komm.
And unfortunately he pushed in whilst I was muting Discord on my second monitor.
That's comms.
Oh, hell no, man.
And apart from me dying, everything went perfect because the guy that killed me opened his door, stepped into the landmine, got uncon and got finished by my teammates. So now we had access to their base, took everything important, and when I finally got back, we still waited for more of them to come back to their base. Yes, this is pretty ratty behavior, but it's early wipe, we need the loot, and neighbors can get really dangerous on DayZ Aftermath.
Oben. Hab einen.
And because nothing else happened after this kill, I went back to base. And after this, our neighbors decided to build somewhere else. So we had succeeded in our quest of getting the neighborhood clean. Very nice. And shortly after that, we got ready for yet another sell run to the black market. But our newly found peace got once again disturbed by multiple players that were shooting at Crusher right outside of the base.
Das ist auch nicht, das ist auch nicht von unserem Gebäude, Der kommt zwischen uns quasi gerade.
Der war neben mir. Da ist einer noch weg von unserer Base, weg von uns. Rechts gucken wir nur. Ich bin wieder da.
Hab einen. Ich bin tot. Crush up direkt bei meiner Leiche.
And unfortunately I didn't check the corner because that was the direction that I was just coming from. And to top it all off, I didn't kill the first guy, he was only uncon. Damn. In the end, a pretty unfortunate fight because we just lost 3 players. But they played it pretty good, outpositioned us, and yeah, GG's to them. And now we come to one of the negative sides of the new base spot, and that is that it's pretty far away from the coast. That means that a freshie run takes a very long time. But on the flip side of that, you have plenty of time to loot, which is very important early in the wipe. And this next clip happened exactly after this freshie run to the base, because a few of our teammates got shot at and killed by another group close to the base. So Jerome and I grouped up, and with questionable equipment and low chances of actually surviving, we went into the fight.
Hier vor uns.
Die Kackwaffe hab ihn.
Ja, schön. Noch einer in der
Mich wird geschossen. Er ist down. Sollte down sein. Weil ich finde ihn.
Ich mach's nochmal Drecks, weißt du?
Nice.
Geil, Boys.
Habt ihr noch?
Ja,
2 tot. Ui, und Thumper am Crack. Runde voll.
Jetzt dabei.
Schuss.
Die größte. Der hat 2 unten.
Oh my god.
Ich seh's.
And at this point, reinforcements were here, but the 2 players we spotted were still pushing directly towards
Die
us.
pushen hart. Wieder sich empfehlen zu looten, ist gleich da.
Rechts von dir, links von dir.
Hab ihn einmal.
Schön.
Einen Hit. Tot. Ich glaube, einer ist down. Einer ist down, ja. Ist beide down.
Stark. Vielleicht noch.
Noch einer.
Da war noch einer.
Ich bin angekommen.
Wo? Ah, da bei der roten Scheune.
Mit rotem Dach?
Ja.
Der eine an Baum ist wieder ab. Sie weisen wieder da.
Hier, bei Jerome. Hier ist noch einer. Der liegt da hinten.
Der lebt noch auf jeden Fall noch.
Ah, der läuft an der Scheune. Der ist auf der Straße gekostet. Der läuft Richtung unsere Base, Richtung noch rein.
Wir haben ja oben 2 getötet, die der beiden voll getötet haben, habe ich noch 2 unten gedownt.
Ich schieß.
Auto, ich bitte. Ich bin überfahren. Sondern gegen das schwarze Bild.
Ich bin auch tot, Junge. One hit to 8.
And yeah, we all died once again, but luckily Crusher could save a majority of the loot because he was close to the base. And after running back to base once more, we then went to DayZ to compensate for our losses earlier.
Oh, Spieler. L-Wagen. Links.
Ja.
Er ist mies, er ist lit. Er ist down.
Wenn du Waffes.
Wahrscheinlich mehr noch.
Nee.
Von außen, ja.
Move.
Ja. Hit.
Er ist down. Nice.
And it all started out pretty well. We got 2 kills, lots of loot, but as you know, this is DayZ and this is DayZ, so it got even more intense.
Oder hier im Gelben.
Ja, oben Construction, vorletzte Etage Construction.
Ja, ich seh. Fuck! Warum bewegt er sich Dinge nach? Ach du Sau, du! Ach du. Crack und so.
Ja, ich glaube immer noch vorletzte Etage.
Warte, ich geh näher ran.
Hat einen Headshot gegeben?
Hier ist noch einer. Bei mir. Ich hab mich heute. Ich glaub, er ist nur einer. Bei mir direkt.
Aber ein.
Oben Construction. Ich bin ankern, oben Construction, schieß mal dahin. Top, ich bin wieder da. Der muss kitten auf jeden Fall. Ich muss aber laufen jetzt.
Ah, du bist jetzt weiter ran, okay.
Construction wäre geil, wenn du den finishst. Oh, der ist noch Construction. Ist oben noch. Ich bin tot. Fuck.
I was pretty sad that this guy did not die, but yeah, this is DayZ, and now we had to run back to base once again. But what happened on the next Freshie run was pretty special, because on our way to base there was the King of the Hill in the Kamensk military, which also spawns a helicopter, and because of the fact that we found weapons on our way, we decided that we were going to test our luck and go there and contest it. Because it was almost finished, and in the chaos of a battle you can sometimes snag some loot or even a helicopter. And yeah, what happened next was really intense and surprising, but check it out for yourself.
Nein, ich bin tot.
And after another hour of looting and going back to base, the next mission was once again the King of the Hill on the northwest Airfield.
Oben auf dem Glashaus.
Neben uns oder was?
I still have no idea how that shot missed, but if a fight starts like this, then you know that it's going to be great.
Ich glaube, der
Treppenhaus, kommst. Über mir, der Mann hier. Das war ein Bait! Auf der Treppe.
Ja.
Renn hoch, ich trade. Ich bin auch tot, oh mein Gott.
Digga, was?
And yeah, after killing all my teammates, this guy instantly shot my magazine, which meant that I couldn't fire back. Very nice. And obviously I had to run back to base, so same story, different spawn. This time I visited the VMC and things turned bad pretty fast.
Scheiße. Die machen Keycard. Oh ja.
Also, wenn das so einfach wäre, das sind dann auch so Voice-Chat-Roleplay.
What up, what up? Oh, Junge.
And of course, it was FSG. And after all those losses, the optimism from the first day was slowly fading. But that didn't keep us from pushing forward, and the next event was an airdrop at Zinistok, so extremely close to our base, and we obviously had to go there. And while I was still busy running back to base from the coast, as per usual, my teammates were already on their way to the airdrop. The plan was simple: play it slow, play it passive, wait for me to arrive, because we can't risk losing yet another gear set. And as you can imagine, this plan worked out perfectly.
Der schießt auf mich. Nein. Okay, jetzt trifft er jetzt.
Yep, my teammates got into a fight against another group with at least 4 players. So it was time for me to hurry up and help them.
Die
Ja, sehen.
Das Visier war kaputt.
Hab ihn.
Was?
Jetzt bin ich aber gefiegt.
90 maybe.
Oben aus dem Wald.
Hab einen.
Hab auch noch einen.
Nice.
And because of my perfectly timed backstab, we sandwiched the enemy and got rid of all of them. And this win was really important because, as you can see, the airdrop loot was pretty good. And on top of that, we got the loot of all the bodies and the car that the enemies had. And right after that, we ran to the really close next King of the Hill event that was at the DayZ radar station. But this time we met no resistance, so we grabbed the loot and the car that spawned there and went back towards our base. And after a bit of recovery at base, we then went to the next event that spawned, which was the King of the Hill at VMC. And once again, no one came to challenge us, so we took the loot, which was sadly not that great. Or was it?
Müll, noch mehr Müll. Oh, richtig viel Müll, ja. Oh mein Gott, ich sag, es war Arsch. Wir haben Keycard.
Was?
Rote.
Rote!
Ja.
And yeah, after finding out that we are actually in the possession of a new red keycard, we figured out that it was for the airfield. So we went there, and what happened there was really intense.
Oh no.
Free dead.
Okay.
Free dead.
Nice. I'm opening. Hold me.
Killed one.
Hold me. Ja,
Got another one.
I'm holding. Ich kann hier so durchs Fenster weggemacht werden, ne? Okay.
Got 6.
Nice.
Sniped one.
Nice, good shit.
1,000 meters away.
Nice.
And thanks to my teammates who had the performance of their lifetime, we actually managed to get the loot out of this key room. Sadly, it was only an AWM, but this weapon will get really important the following days. After that, we went back to base and called it a day. And yeah, that was it for the first days of this new wipe. All in all, I was pretty satisfied with the base spot, and how it all played out in general. And as you can probably tell, this journey is far from being over. And here's a little spoiler for the next episode. On the following day after getting the AWM, I immediately took it on our first real raid. And apart from that, there's way more epic stuff that happened this wipe and that will happen in the future. So if you don't want to miss that, then hit the subscribe button, and if you want to support me, then like the video. And also please tell me in the comments what you would like to see for this wipe and in general on this channel. And yeah, other than that, thank you for your time, thank you for watching, subscribe for more, then see ya, bye bye.
Nah, we don't take no losses. Stop it, you know that we straight young bosses. See it, we